Let's have a transparent moment really quick. If you know me, you know how much I used to be obsessed with being in control and having control of every area of my life. And if I fell out of control, I got overwhelmed. I was like panicky, anxious, all of that. In 2024 and a little bit of 2023, but mostly 2024, I had labeled it my year of relinquishing control because I realized through talking to my pastor, shout out to my mother-in-law's pastor, one of my pastors, talking to my husband, talking to my sister, and also my therapist, how much I, number one, crave control, and number two, I had to realize how much I was not in control of. Okay. And how much God was truly in control. And how if I relinquish my control to Him and just do what He has me do on a daily basis, the anxiety will go away, the stress will go away, the conflict with people will go away, all the things. Like life will just be better in general. And so I had to come to what they call it a come to Jesus moment when I realized that I was trying to be the God of my life. And I wanted God to be the creation of my life. I wanted to be the creator, and I wanted God to be the creation versus Him being the creator, the most high in my life, and me being the creation and I'm following His lead. I wanted Him to follow my lead. Okay, God, this is what we're doing today. This is what I want in my life. This is what I need done. Make it happen. Does that sound familiar? Let me know in the comments if that was you or is you, because I know there's other people that was out there like me, right? And one thing my husband said to me, my husband, he's a pastor as well. So at my church, my in-laws are the head pastors and my husband, he's also another pastor, right? So he told me, he's like, Tara, you are the creation. God is the creator. We don't get to tell the creator what we get to do or who we are to be or what we are to do as a creation. Just like the person who invented the toilet can't tell, the toilet can't tell the person who invented it what it's going to do. No, the creator of the said thing gives it its purpose, give it its assignment, right? Give it its instructions. And so I had to flip it around in my mind and say, okay, I'm the creation. I'm the tool. I'm the vessel that God created. I have to go back to Him and I ask Him, hey, what do you want me to do with my life? How do you want me to show up today? Who do you want me to help? How do you want me to speak to my husband? How do you want me to raise my children? How do you want to be me to be in relationship with all these people in my life? How do you want me to grow and scale my business? What do you want me to say when I turn on this camera? All the things versus me trying to do it. Another exercise was from my sister. My sister was like, I want you to get a notebook and write down all the things that you did in your own free will, with your own game plan without consulting God. So I wrote it all down. We was actually in Chicago. We was on a little vacation, she and I. We was in a hotel room. And she said, write it all down. All right. And I want you to write down the outcome of everything. Then she was like, now I want you to do what was God led, what was not necessarily idea, something you know that was not your idea and it was a divine idea. And write down what happened in the outcome. Y'all, now I'm not gonna read that because that's like in my personal journal, my personal diary. I ain't gonna read that. But when I tell you the things that I wrote down that I tried to do in my own will resulted in so much headache, strife, and turmoil, or just overall the lack of ease, the lack of grace, the lack of peace in my life. It was mind blowing. But then when I wrote down all the things where it's like, that wasn't necessarily my plan. Once I consecrated my life to God and God gave me instruction, these are the things that He had me do, and this was the outcome. They exceeded my expectation above and beyond what I could have asked for. And so that exercise showed me, my sister was like, I already know, but I guess you got to get it in your head that you do not know what's best for you. God does. You have limited views, limited thinking. All right. Limited eyesight. You are natural. You are not supernatural. God is supernatural. He can see everything. He is in the beginning and the end and everything in between. You are just in the here and now. And when I tell you them two things put me in perspective, it did. So at the top of 2023, I wrote down 5 scriptures, and I wrote them and continue to write them throughout the year of 2024. Sorry, I said the top of 2023. Sorry, the top of 2024. And we're almost in December 2024 now, so I have 1 month left to go. But these are ingrained in me. And these are 5 scriptures. I told myself, girl, you got to write them every day, because you need what they say, you need a renewing of your mind, a transformation of your mind to put God as the greatest impact in your life and the greatest power in your life, not yourself, right? Number 1, Philippians 4, 6, and 7. I'm reading from my notes. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, in prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Jesus Christ. All right. The second one is Philippians 4:19. And God will meet all your needs according to his glorious riches in Jesus Christ. 1 Timothy 6:15. God will bring about it in his own timing. God, the blessed and only ruler, the King of kings and Lord of lords. That one really got to me, because it shows me that in God's timing, I will have the things that I desire and the things that God has called me to do and to have. And that he's the only blessed and only ruler. I'm not the ruler of my life. I'm not the ruler of the world. I'm not the ruler of my husband. I'm not the ruler of my in-laws, of my mama, my daddy. I'm truly not the ruler of my children, because God has given them free will. And as much as we want to control them kids, they can find a way to do what they want to do. Right? And he's not calling us to be this exalted ruler over everything. He said, relinquish and bring your requests to me. And not only will I grant them in my own timing, but I'll also, back in Philippians 4, 6, and 7, I will guard your heart and mind so you don't become anxious in the process of waiting. Y'all see why I wrote these scriptures down? I had to get them, because not only do you need to relinquish control, sis, but you got to let that anxiety go. You got to let that need to just control everything go. And the peace of God is the only thing that can stop me from doing that, from going through that vicious cycle. And so it's like, give your requests to God. He will do them, and in his timing, it will come to pass. In his timing, because this is his world. You are his vessel, his tool. When he wants it to come to pass, it will come to pass. Period. Right? Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, I, the master, will make it happen. When the time is right, I will make it happen. Y'all know I'm 19 weeks pregnant right now. I wanted to be pregnant years ago. I got pregnant August of 2024 because God said the time is right now. All them times you kept trying and it led to failure, that wasn't on my timing. That was you forcing it. My timing is now. Period. And the last one that I wanted to share is 1 John 5:14 and 15. And I'll put all these in the description or in the comment section as well. This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we will have what is asked of him. This was really good because this really ingrained, got down in my spirit to have the confidence in knowing that God has the best for me. And when I come to him, if it's in his will, it will come to pass. If it's not in his will, it won't. Remember, like I said before, we have a natural mind, a limited mind, and a limited thinking. Oftentimes, some of the things that we are asking for might be good things, but they're not God things, and they might not be what's best for us in the long term. Therefore, God is like, that's not in my will for you, so I'm not going to let that come to pass. Now, if you in your free will get it to come to pass, that's on you, and you got to deal with the consequences that come with it. But if you're coming to me requesting something for me to do on your behalf, I'm going to scrutinize it and make sure that it's for your good. And make sure that it's a God thing. Excuse me. So, I hope these 5 scriptures blessed you. I hope that my little story and my moment of transparency blessed you, because 2024 has been a beautiful year for me. It's been a trying year. It's been a year of a lot of work, but it's also been a year where I've relinquished control to God and really look at him as most high. I don't just say it, I actually do it. It shows up in my actions. Like, I go to him daily and say, what would you have me do? Not, here, God, here's what I want you to do for me. So I hope this blessed you. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you and what you are going to be relinquishing to God. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.